We're here. Thank you for joining us. This is the winners match for Group 2. This is Season 1 of the Manifold TCG Promotional League, the round of 32. I am Brad. With me here as always is Adam. Adam, who do we got today?
Excited to be here. We've got Eileen versus Kyler fighting to get out of this group. Starting off, we've got Kyler's deck list. So Kyler's on Scrappy Jaliah, which is a real nice combo because Scrappy puts a bunch of white counters on your mechanical stuff. White dice roll a bunch of energy, and Jaliah has, I would say, the best energy ability in the game.
And we touched on this a little bit in the placement match, but Kyler is really new to this game. So Kyler picked this deck because this deck won the first PAO, and then Kyler didn't have a whole lot of experience with it. They did change the deck list. They took the heroes as their inspiration, then changed the deck list quite a bit. And we watched them win a real grinder in the placement match.
Yes, we did.
And that's why they're here now, facing against Eileen.
Yep. So on the other side of the table, we've got Eileen Lee on Lucca and Rylo. This deck punches, which I guess we said last round as well, but it's true. Both of these heroes just want you to put attachments on them, activate them, modify into damage, resolve that damage. There aren't that many tricks past how much damage can I resolve this round. And that's what the deck does really well.
We also saw Eileen win an absolute scorcher in the placement match. Which is really going to line up interesting, probably a little unfavorably for Kyler. We saw in the first placement match that Kyler kind of needs Scrappy and Jaliah. And once Jaliah dies, all those white dice that you made look much less impressive. So if Eileen is able to kill Jaliah right away, we might find Kyler struggling to put together lethal.
But let's see.
Yeah, looks like the players are ready. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. Right, so we've got Kyler up here at the top. Everyone's making their locales. Eileen down here at the bottom on Lucca Rylo, like we said before, and I'm excited to see who goes first. So, Scrappy has combative on him, the Prestige, which means Scrappy's actually a little juicier of a target to go for than, and Eileen might actually elect to kill Scrappy first.
Yeah, that's a really excellent point. And I think that's a deviation from the PAO deck. I think Noble had Resourceful on Jaliah. I actually really like that wrinkle. It does mean Jaliah can't make her own 2 green dice, but hey, Scrappy makes a green dice.
Yes, he does. All right, so starting us off, Kyler's got Animus Golem, the swingiest card in either of these decks, and oh no. So there's a world here where Kyler gets an Animus Golem and it gets huge, and that's a big part of the game, but instead the frag grenade going on Lucca here that Eileen will respond with will just immediately kill the Animus Golem.
So in case you haven't seen it, Animus Golem doubles the number of dice counters that you put on it. And Scrappy gets to put counters on it for free. Jaliah gets to put counters on it for real cheap. But the penalty for Animus Golem is it has low durability, and it gets answered by a really wide range of things.
Like frag grenade, for instance. So this is a very, very good start for Eileen. Frag Grenades doesn't roll the most aggressive dice in the world, but when you got Rylo and a bunch of other ways to modify them into damage, they show 2 damage just like red dice do.
If Eileen was just playing Frag Grenades as her aggressive plan, it's really not very excellent. But if it means your opponent isn't committing any gems to the board this round, then it looks real good.
Yes, it certainly does. So Kyler still have 2 gems to do something with. And Eileen's got the 1... Might be an overcharge. It's probably not going to be a spotter scope given how she's activated her guys. But Rylo's just gonna resolve or modify to damage, and Eileen's just looking at a pile of damage to resolve.
So Kyler could be looking at automated lieutenants or doe-side thugs or radar servos. There actually are plenty of ways to spend this gem to contribute to the board. They spent the Scrappy green dice drawing cards, I think. I missed it. We were too busy talking about frag grenades.
That was a draw 1, I believe.
Which means Jaliah didn't have the opportunity to convert that into a dice counter. But it's not clear that Kyler has anywhere to put that dice counter anyway.
Yes, this energy still going to be good. It's going to roll 2 black dice. Whenever you have an energy and Jaliah, it's probably good value to just turn it into 2 black dice. And white dice are the best way to do that.
Yeah, it's worthy of some conversation. But Jaliah is definitely on the list of possible best energy abilities in the game.
I would say she is. But
yeah, I think that's fair. Like Crucio's up there, Ravon is up there.
Yeah.
But roll black is roll 2 dice for 1 dice is a pretty good yield.
Yeah, I'll do that one all day. Eileen is going to opt into a tackle reroll here, discarding Templar Squire, while Kyler draws one with that green dice.
It looks like Kyler might not have a way to spend these 2 gems and is really digging.
I think that's what they're looking for. Now these black dice could roll draw, and
one of them does.
One of them does. There we go. 2 damage is going to go after Jaliah. So we are going after Jaliah first. That's probably the right call. I think I would say. If you're Eileen, got another draw for Kyler.
Looks like our overlay got just a little bit ahead of us. Jaliah has not taken 12 damage yet.
Yes, good point.
But that might be...
Here's overcharge. So 2 or 6, 8, 10 into Jaliah. Yep. That'll put Jaliah to 4 health.
Neat.
Here we are. Yeah, crazy.
Kyler's got 3 to return fire with, which when added to the damage Rylo did to himself is 4.
Yep. And yeah, it's hard to overstate how backbreaking frag grenading the Animus Golem when Kyler doesn't have a use for the other 2 gems.
Yeah, and as the Jaliah player, you get to opt into that. You get to decide, I'm going to make this high standard deviation play.
Yes. Because if Eileen didn't have a way to kill it, that's huge.
The Animus Golem would be rolling 5 dice this round.
Yeah, that's very good. There's a neat intersection between Scrappy and Jaliah where mechanical characters get counters from both of your heroes, and that ends up mattering quite a bit when it comes to deck building. And so, like, this is a deck where Minuteman Sergeant is really good. I don't actually know if... Doesn't look like Kyler's playing Minuteman Sergeant. That's fine. My point is, there's some cool things that intersection does to deck building sometimes.
Instead, Kyler's playing Metal Muscle. Kyler's playing 5 durability, 3 cost support character.
Yeah, see? Cool intersection.
That card does not die to frag grenades.
No, it does not. Yeah, imagine if that was the first thing played this round. Or last round.
The best case scenario would have been much less impressive.
I suppose that's true. That is very, very true. So battle ready here for Eileen is going to go on Lucca and roll 2 damage with that red dice.
Battle ready is another one of those supports that tends to trade down. It has -1 durability. It's an ethereal attachment, but this is an open deckless tournament, and Kyler does not have any way to kill that.
Doesn't look like, no. So no pacify would be the easy way.
In perfect balance as all things should be.
Anyway.
That 4 cost frag grenades killed the 3 cost Animus Golem, and now this 5 cost Ballistics Operative is killing that frag grenades, leaving behind this purple-red producing menace.
Yeah, great. Okay, so Ballistic Operative actually looks real good here.
On the list of mechanical characters that both of these heroes can put their counters on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Eileen's gonna roll her Rylo dice, take a damage, modify it to damage, and hey, look, it's 8 damage.
Yeah, I guess it's important to note while we're talking about how these gems are trading off.
Yeah.
The life race is not in that same equal balance.
No, it's not. Eileen's just making a whole pile of red dice, and they all show damage. Yeah, so 4 damage just gets to go into Jaliah here, knocking her out. That was quick.
Yeah, we talked before about how when everything goes well for this blue-red deck, it looks incredible. In theory, when Lucca dies, Battle Ready goes with it.
Yes.
Man, this deck looks good.
Yes, it does. Yeah, imagine the world where Eileen puts like 2 more big chunky attachments on Lucca, and then Lucca dies, and we're left with Rylo and Combative, and that's not much compared to her opponent's board state. That's not the world we're living in.
Yeah, Kyler wants to do more than imagine that.
Yes. Scrappy here is going to put the white counter on the Ballistics Operative, which is fine, but it's not as good anymore now that energy isn't very good with Scrappy.
Scrappy's energy ability lets you buy back mechanical cards from your discard, which means you could get back your Animus Golem and you could try to make another Hail Mary play.
Wow. Yes, that's true. Eileen has a modify 2 here, but her dice just all showed damage except for one of the black dice already.
Oh, modify's bad.
Yeah, look how bad modify
if you just roll perfect, it does nothing.
Yup. Have every single one of her dice been maximum damage this round?
That's actually really common with Lucca Rylo.
Yes.
Between Spotter Scope, between Rylo,
Battle Ready.
sometimes you resolve Lucca's purple dice as modify, and
Yes.
that's how you get there.
Yeah.
You
You can change the tide too.
One of the quote-unquote weaknesses of the Lucca Rylo deck is that you make relatively few dice. They're just all premium dice on 2s.
Yes.
Which means you can actually trade against it with shields pretty effectively.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately.
yeah, if you're rolling green, red, black, I guess red dice have a shield on them.
Yeah, look at that right there.
But the Scrappy Jaliah deck is not a pile of blue dice. I'm not sure if there's a blue dice in this entire deck.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
IP assemblies.
IP assembly, yeah.
And Talpat Enforcers.
Doesn't Centaur Cataphract roll yellow-blue?
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. An Energy Retracer rolls whatever color you feel like.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's got some blue, but not
But
on
either
this
way,
battlefield.
it's not a very... this is a not defensive deck. Or this is not a defensive deck. There you go.
Yeah, what this deck does is tries to present a threat that is difficult to control.
Yep. And unfortunately, Eileen doesn't care about threats. She's just going for face.
You know, we say that, but she started this game by very efficiently answering a threat.
I mean, yeah, but that is certainly true. When it's just right there,
Yeah.
you're gonna take it.
Animus Golem is not a difficult to answer threat.
No, it is not.
He's the
Quite
Hail
intentionally.
Mary or the... I mean, Hail Mary is what you say at the end, but he's the high standard deviation play.
There's a really cool thing that Noble mentioned about this red-yellow deck, because he won a PAO with this deck. He said that it's pretty easy to activate a bunch of objects and do a bunch of game actions until your opponent runs out of gems for the round, and then decide, am I playing Animus Golem and putting a bunch of stuff on it? And so starting the round with an Animus Golem opens yourself up to removal, right? But there is a world where you're like, here's a 1-drop, here's a 1-drop, activate both of them, resolve my dice. Maybe by now, I have a better idea of what my opponent's going to be playing this round. So in the future, that's a good way to approach this red-yellow deck. Or just play Metal Muscle on round 1 instead of Animus Golem, and then it won't die of Frag Grenade.
And this is something like the 5th or 6th game of Manifold that Kyler's ever played.
Yeah, okay.
Kyler's an established competitive Lorcana player, if those exist.
Right.
I mean, clearly those exist, but like that game is pretty new, so maybe I shouldn't say established. Sure. They picked up Manifold kind of as a pleasantry for us, and then they won their first match of the tournament.
Yeah.
So they're definitely demonstrated some competency, but they don't know all the tricks. They don't know how this game works specifically.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be like, Kyler should have done this other thing. I just mean that is a way to avoid what happened to Kyler.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this energy doesn't look great here. And so Kyler tried to re-roll it a couple times, still ended up back on energy.
And white dice re-roll very poorly.
Very poorly.
They have 2 blank faces. They have 2 energy faces.
Yeah.
The other 2 are both damage, but if energy is not good, then you're only 1 and 3 to find anything you want.
Yep. One of the big downsides of Scrappy just as a card himself. So going into round 3 here. Yep, round 3. Eileen's going first. She's got 7 damage to find, and like an ambush or something might just end the game.
Yeah, it's unlikely to, because you would want the modified 2 to make it happen, and if you're ambushing Lucca, you can have split damage types.
Yep.
So literally, Eileen's going to need at least 2 actions.
Ambush Rylo, roll perfect.
Yeah. If you ambush Rylo, you're something like 20%.
Yeah.
For the game to simply be over.
Easy.
Another battle ready giving you this 2 and then giving you modify 4 when you activate Lucca. That also might do the job.
Yeah. And the way she used her gems make me think she has either Change the Tide or Crackle. Either very good when you're trying to kill your opponent.
Crackle is not very good when you're trying to kill Scrappy.
That's a good point. Absolutely true. Yes. And either way, Energy Retracer is going to eat that 2 damage. So we've got more of a game here.
Yeah, so this Energy Retracer is going to produce 3 premium dice for Kyler. Just in case it wasn't clear, Crackle hits mechanical non-ethereals. Sorry. Third time's the charm.
Non-mechanical.
Crackle hits non-mechanicals.
There you go.
It can hit heroes and it can hit supports, but it cannot hit Scrappy.
Yeah, and there's very few mechanical characters, so I always forget that it can't do it until I try to do it and then realize that I'm wrong and have to reevaluate on the fly. But that's not where we're at in this game. Kyler is going to be ambushing the Ballistics Operative?
Probably
The Scrappy?
Oh, okay, Scrappy.
Scrappy, okay, sure. Blue counter there, roll some dice, put a white counter probably on the Ballistics Operative, and then activate it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, if Eileen has an overcharge, Kyler is dead.
Then
so
Kyler's-
Kyler's probably resolving this shield.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll probably be putting a white counter on this Ballistics Operative. No? White counter? Oh, who needs it? So with the extra turn, or because the ambush was swift, Kyler still gets to do one more thing, activating the Ballistics Operative. And what will Eileen do to answer that?
If it's overcharge, well, if it was overcharge, it would probably be done by now.
So instead, Eileen's just going to activate Lucca, modify 4. Present a whole pile of damage. Well, that didn't roll any damage. Luckily,
Fortunately.
Fortunately.
Good enough.
Yeah. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great.
Yep, so now she can beat 3 shields.
Yes, she can.
There's the first one.
Shield 2.
Oh, and between Energy Retracer and Ambush, Kyler's out of gems, which actually means on the table we know he's got no ounce to this.
Assuming Eileen just does the thing.
Yeah, and she brought this deck because she wanted to resolve physical damage.
Yup. So Kyler's going to resolve damage. Writings on the wall. 2, 4, 6, 7 will take care of Scrappy, and Eileen will be moving on to the next round.
Yeah, she's made it to the round of 16.
Good job,
Excellent
Eileen.
job. And then Kyler is going to be playing again in the Survivor match, which is going to be in 2 days, because the next thing we've got for you will be the Rebound match featuring Aaron and Bailey.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, I'm excited to get there. I hope you guys end up watching that as well. And yeah, we'll see you there.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.